Hi everyone. So today I decided I'm going to do a love reading about you and the person in your life. I find that relationships and our interpersonal relationships, we can often find out where we may need some healing in our chakras. So it's always a good idea to check in and check in on our relationships. So, my intention for this reading is for your energy to be on the right side of this table and your person who's in your life to be on the left side of the table. But if you are finding that the energy is crisscrossed in your relationship, then just go ahead and just make sure it makes sense for you. So for your energy, you have the Four of Cups, and for your person's energy, we have death. So this tells me a couple of different things. You showing up as the Four of Cups tells me that you feel very emotionally balanced, and emotional balance is not always a bad thing. It can only be a bad thing if we are feeling as though we're not having enough excitement in our lives, which is what this person is feeling right now. But the fours are generally very stable, very emotionally balanced, very comfortable, if not bored, certainly comfortable type of energy. With your person showing up as death, this could be, because this is part of the major arcana, your person could be going through a major and irreversible change in their life right now. So that'll be interesting to see if we can figure out what else comes up with that. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out the spread. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Five of Wands. I might stop there for the spread. So this is telling me that you view your person as a very hard worker, someone who is dedicated, someone who commits to the job, someone who is really diligent. I always say that the Knight of Pentacles is the court card who crosses their T's and dots their I's. This is a very reliable type of energy. So I feel as though you consider your person to be that. Although you may consider your person to also be a little bit on the slow side, because the Knight of Pentacles tends to do things so meticulously that he often is very slow in what he does. And there's a reason for that, which I don't think I'm going to get into here in this reading. There is a reason why the Knight of Pentacles is so slow. But regardless of the reason, he is very slow. So you might consider your person to be very reliable, very diligent, but also perhaps a little bit on the slow side. I also get the sense with the Two of Cups being here that you may be holding back your feelings at this time. I might think that it could be because you recognize that this person is going through such a major transition, such a major transformation right now. The Death card is such a high level spiritual card that there's clearly something going on with your person right now, and you might be kind of backing off your emotions, which may be why we're seeing the Four of Cups for you, that you're just kind of staying out of it. You're letting him or her do their work, they're doing their due diligence and whatever it is that they're going through, which is a very significant time in their life that they're clearly going through. But you do continue to feel with the Six of Cups a real strong sense of nostalgia for this person. Perhaps you have a long history with your person, or perhaps you have known them since childhood. For some, you may have known them in a past life. There is a lot of nostalgia there that you feel for this person. So, but your person is viewing you as the Seven of Cups. So this tells me that your person may see you as maybe having too many other things going on in your life. Maybe they think you have other options as far as emotional options go, that they may think that they're not the only person in your life, or perhaps the only thing that fulfills you is what they think. And it may be a result of you holding back your emotions, which we see here, that they may be thinking that. So I do get the sense that your person, with the Knight of Wands falling here, is there a glare falling on that card? This is the Knight of Wands here. With that falling there, let me see if that helps. No, it really doesn't help. That they are kind of holding back from following their passion towards you right now. There's a real sense that they're very passionate towards you and they have a real desire to be with you. But I get the sense that because, and everything is kind of, it looks like almost like a chain type of reaction here, because you're holding back your emotions, because you really do feel this beautiful sense of emotion towards them, but they may be feeling, as a result of that, they may have a wrong reason why you may be doing that. So they, in turn, are holding back their passion from you. But they are also very clearly going through something, because with the Five of Wands, they're obviously having some kind of a conflict. It doesn't feel like a high-level conflict, but there is some kind of a conflict that they feel. And maybe it is that they feel that you have other options, or maybe it is whatever this major transformation that they're going through. Because I do notice that the only major arcana on the table so far is your person. So they are very clearly going through some kind of, as I said, an irreversible change, something that they can never go back to again, but on the other hand, headed towards the future in a rebirth type of energy. So then we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Devil. So again, the only major arcana we have in this spread here, let me get some stones on these, just in case. Again, the only major arcana we have falling here is on your person's side. So as you bring to the relationship your own sense of work, and you're putting in the hard work, as with the Eight of Pentacles is showing me, your person might be bringing a different type of energy at the time, or at this time. Oftentimes, the Devil can signify in any relationship a sense of codependency. So this person may be relying on you a little too hard at this time. And that may be because they're going through such a major transition, or maybe their codependency is something that you have through the course of your relationship taught them, and they're seeing that now, or maybe you're not giving them any choices about the codependency anymore, and it's forcing them to change if they want to remain in this relationship. So I do get the sense that the things that are perhaps keeping you guys apart, or the things that may be causing you some stresses right now, is that you're both very busy, I think, doing your own thing. You could very possibly be wrapped up in your own work or your own projects, and your person is very clearly wrapped up in their own psychological transformation and perhaps spiritual transformation, working through perhaps some of these things that they're really bound to, in the sense of a codependency is what it's showing as in this reading, but it could be other things that your person is bound to, things that they have trouble letting go of. So this tells me that you both may be so consumed with your own paths at the moment that may be something that could be interfering, that could be a challenge that you're having in the relationship right now. I mean, clearly this looks like a challenging energy, especially for your person, but over here it looks like you're just trying to be patient, you're trying to be compassionate, nostalgic, but also concentrating on your own work while this is all happening. With the Lovers falling here, this is really telling me that you and your person do have a lot of love for each other, that the Lover's card is a card of following your heart, that neither one of you would be here now if you didn't really truly love the other one. So that's a really good place for that card to fall, especially with a spread that's looking the way this one is. So I do get the sense that there is a significant amount of stress going on in this situation. I don't see any swords, but it does feel like there's a lot of things going on in both of your heads. But I also see that this is a very significant type of relationship where I feel like you've had some successes, and that the universe, it feels like the universe is on your side. Like the universe is trying to give you some pointers or some tips or some hacks or some clues on how to keep this moving forward. And the sense that these two major arcana are here for your person makes me think that the universe is really helping them level up. Because I do get the sense that if they want to be in this relationship with you, that their job is to level up. They really have to shake this devil energy and level that up if they want to stay in this relationship with you. And I do get the sense that they are motivated to do that. And I think that with some patience and with some time, and it looks like because you're sitting here working so diligently towards the relationship and towards this person, although it's a lower level type of work, you're not in a major arcana type of work, because perhaps you've done the work, maybe you've done the healing, maybe you understand, as I said, you have some compassion towards what this person is going through, so you're able to hold more space for them to be able to do the work and do the healing. So I do think with a little patience, you might see some results. But I do want to get another layer of energy here to see if we can get some more clues about what's going on in this situation. So I'm going to use the big picture oracle cards for that. So let me do these two as well. So in your position, we have the Rose, which is really a card of a physical gift. So I do get the sense that, especially with the Four of Cups falling here, that you are just feeling a certain sense of contentment when it comes to the relationship. So this is kind of verifying what I've already thought, that you may have already done your healing, or you may have already crossed some spiritual bridges and your person is just trying to keep up. And with your person, with death, we're seeing the bed. And so this is telling me that your person is really tired right now, which stands to reason, because whenever you're going through major transformative psychological or spiritual times, you're of course going to need to rest and hydrate and all of those things. So it really stands to reason that your person is showing up as the bed here. It just goes along with everything that we've already said. So with the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Rider showing up here. So again, this is also confirming what I already said about what you think about this person, is that they're doing the work. They're doing their due diligence. They're crossing their T's and dotting their I's, and they're really working towards coming towards you, but they know they have to really come correct. They have to really show that they've done the work in order to come towards you. So I do feel like that is confirming that. And then with the tree falling with the Two of Cups, I think, because this is the family card, this is the ancestor card. And I know I had already mentioned that for some of you, it may feel as though you've known this person in a past life. But I am getting that impression here too, that you've known this person before, that this person feels like home to you. And I'm not necessarily saying they feel like family, although they might. In a past life, they may have been. And again, that's a topic for another time too. But this person really feels like home to you, which is probably why we're getting this Six of Cups, which is a very nostalgic past energy type of compassionate card. And that's falling with the key. And I think that that's really interesting that it's falling with the key, because for two reasons. Because one, when I use the big picture oracle card to read chakras, the key tells me that whatever chakra we're working on is open. So with the key falling with the Six of Cups, it's really telling me that your heart chakra is still open to this relationship, and you just know that the key is to be compassionate towards this person, that you really need to be able to show a certain level of compassion and empathy towards what this person is going through in order for you guys to make it out once he or she eventually crosses that bridge. So with the Seven of Cups on your person's side, we have the Mountain falling in line with that. So again, this is telling me that he's or she is really putting an obstacle in front of, it's for them to just automatically think that you have options when I don't have any evidence over here on your side that you have any other options. You're very focused on this person. But for them to think that about you, that you may have other options, that you may have pulled back your energy, which may be true, but for them to jump to a certain conclusion about why you have done that is causing a major obstacle to the way this person is thinking about you. So that's why the Mountain card is falling there. And then with the Knight of Wands, we have the Scythe falling on top of that. And this is maybe perhaps the universe's way of putting a red flag on the field, so to speak, that if your person continues to hold back their passion, and if you continue to hold back your love, then there's going to be crossed wires, which we already see here. We see here that this person feels like they have this huge mountain in front of them to climb, because you now have other options, is what they're assuming. Not to mention these huge obstacles that they have to climb in order to just be able to come correct in this relationship with you. So this person is really kind of wearing themselves out. So there is already a message here that says perhaps you both should come together, less pentacles in the communication with each other, and more cups and perhaps more wands, more passion, more emotion. And even though it may be a little bit painful for you at this time to connect with someone who you know isn't quite ready, it may be good just to keep those passionate and emotional lines of communication open so that we can avoid these pitfalls here. And then with the Five of Wands, we have the Ring. And so the Ring is, in this case, it's a card of cyclical things. It's things that repeat. It's karmic loops that we get stuck in. And it seems as though your person may be feeling that they're stuck in some kind of a karmic loop when it comes to whatever this conflict is, or maybe a competition. Maybe they feel like they're competing with someone that they think is an option for you, or whatever that makes whatever that means in your relationship. Just make it make sense for your relationship. But this does feel as though your person feels that there's a loop that they're stuck in. And very clearly they're stuck in something. I mean, the devil always means you're stuck. So your person has a lot of healing to do and a lot of work to do. But again, I don't at all think that all hope is lost whatsoever in this case, because it looks to me as though your person is really making a concerted effort to do that. So then we have the Lion falling with the Eight of Pentacles. And again, I was saying before that it feels as though you may have thrown yourself into your work. The Lion is really a card of passion and even courage. And in this case, I really want to say that it's probably a very courageous type of energy, because you're continuing to put one foot in front of the other. You're taking care of your own business. You're kind of staying in your own lane right now, even though you have all of these feelings and you have all of these potentials to be hurt in this relationship, but you're still really courageously putting your best foot forward. And then with the Fish falling in over the Devil, this is very reassuring to me, because I feel as though it's everything you think about your person is is showing up here, that you think your person is very diligently working towards these efforts. He's very diligently making sure that he's putting his best foot forward and releasing all of the things that bind him, his codependencies, substance abuse issues, if there are any. Again, make it make sense for your specific situation. But I do think with the fish that sometimes it can mean a substance abuse problem, which is, and specifically drinking, which is why I brought that up. But in a more general sense, this means that he really has an abundance of resources that he can use in order to work through whatever the things that your person is really bound to at this time. So with the Eight of Wands, we have the Man card. And so I really do think that, again, this could be showing up. There might be another person in your energy that you, I think, are not thinking of as an option, but your person might think that this person is an option because there is another person showing up here. And it seems as though some focus, some attention, this Eight of Wands focus has been put on this person. This doesn't have to be a romantic situation for you. And in fact, I'm leaning towards that it's not. This could be someone that you're working on a work project with. This could be a friend, or in some cases, it could even be a family member that your person might just be jealous that you're spending more time with, or things of that nature. So you can make that make sense for you too. But I do get the sense that there is another person in this energy who is not one of the two of you. And then with the Lovers, we're showing the Mouse, which I do want to say that and it makes sense with the rest of what we're getting from this reading, that even though there is so much love between the two of you, which is why the Lovers showed up, but with the Mouse showing up on top of that, it's giving this sense that you're both feeling that there's a lack of love. And I think, again, it's going back to those crossed wires that we were talking about, that you really need to communicate with each other, because if you're both left to your own devices about what's gone on, then you're going to feel like the other person doesn't love you, when the energy here very clearly says that you do love each other. So you really want to consider, again, this flag on the field, that you need to be showing more love and less pentacles. And your person needs to really still continue to show the passion that he has for you, or he or she has for you, so that you can continue to understand that these feelings that you have for each other still exist. And you're not in this lack mentality of love. So I do want to get a few more clarifying cards. I'm just seeing if I can see any more energy coming through here. I do get the sense that this is a very stable relationship, though. You know, you don't really have the universe getting involved too much in these relationships if there wasn't so much potential already there for it. And I do think that you're both focused on it. You're both doing the work. And there is even a little bit of an idea here that your greater community might be able to help. So, for example, if there is a substance abuse problem, your person could maybe go seek the help or guidance or a therapist or whatever they might need. Or if your person just needs to rest, there might be, you know, a time for a spa day together or things of that nature. Use all the resources you have and just really continue to show, as we said, the key is compassion. Really continue to show your person compassion as they go through this really difficult stage. And it definitely looks like a difficult stage, on top of them worried about the fact that perhaps you have someone else who may be grabbing your attention at the moment. So I want to get a few more clarifying cards to see what else might come out. So we have the Snake. Okay, so this is falling right next to the Mountain. And it says competition and enemy. And it says the other woman, look over your shoulder. But obviously in this case, there is no other woman in this reading. So I think this is your person, as we said, falling right next to these Seven of Cups. This is your person thinking that there is another person in your life, regardless if it's true or not. This person is feeling very competitive, and that may be why we saw the Five of Wands here, but this may be a recurring theme. And that might be what his devil energy is. Like, if anytime you talk to another man, does he get very upset and competitive? And is this a pattern that you're in? Because if so, then that's the healing work that needs to be done, because you need to be able to have other men in your life without your person getting in this karmic loop every time, or feeling as though he has to look over his shoulder constantly, because that's not a good way for any relationship. And that is clearly where healing needs to be done, if that's the case. And then we have cut down. So you may be feeling this is falling on your side of the table, and it says cutting out, separation, stop the pattern. And I'm drawn to stop the pattern, which is that it could be what I've just said, that the person, every time there's any kind of a male energy, and this is just an example, depending on what, if we've crisscrossed the energy, if it's a same-sex relationship, make it make sense to you. I'm just trying to make it clear that if there's another man in your energy, and if every time there's another man in your energy, he gets all competitive, and this is this karmic loop, and that's where he needs his healing, you are saying here, you're feeling cut down, and that pattern needs to stop. Because if you're being a trustworthy person, but you're constantly being accused of not being trustworthy, then of course there's going to be a breakdown in the relationship. So then we have Phoenix, new phase and rekindle, renew and growth, changed mind, rise from ashes. Well, guess what? That is very similar to the energy of the Death card. And this is falling on your person's side of the table. So this is more confirmation that this person is really going through a major renewal and a major rebirth and changed mind. And he's really leveling up. Your person is really leveling up is what I'm getting from this, which is what I got straight off of the energy from the beginning, that this person knows what they need to do in order to come for you. In order to be this Knight of Pentacles and in order to be this rider who comes towards you, they know the work that they need to do. And then love. This is falling on your side right next to the Six of Cups, because you do have unconditional love for this person, and you also have self-love, and you feel whole in this situation. And this is the energy that, again, it really kind of needs to be expressed from you at this time. You don't have to go above and beyond. You can continue to focus on your work. You can continue to courageously work towards either this or whatever your passion projects are. And even if there is another man that you're working with or have another kind of relationship with, you can still courageously take those actions. But as your person is going through this very difficult time for them, and it's clearly very difficult. I mean, your person is Death, the Devil, the Scythe, the Five of Wands, the Mountain, the Seven of Cups. We've got a lack mentality when it comes to your love. I mean, your person is in a really sticky, yucky space right now, and you just seem to be holding tight. You're cool. So I feel like this would be a perfect time for you to, as we said, not hold back your love and make sure that you're still expressing love and showing compassion towards a situation for someone who is really doing a lot of work to try to show you not only how much they love you, but how much you are worth to them, for them to put in this much effort and to make sure that they are going through this whole transformative renewal and growth. So, wow, yeah, I think that is what I have for you. Please let me know if this is your story, and we will definitely do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.